Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to my channel. I have a new December daily page to share with you today. This page is all about our Santa letters. I began with some scraps of paper actually that I had in my scrap bins. They come from various manufacturers, but the paper that I settled on using is actually older paper from Close to My Heart. It's not from a Christmas collection, but the red and white stripe I thought was obviously perfect for a Christmas theme. I dove into my red scrap paper bin and just pulled out a bunch of different ones that I thought would work. I actually really like all of these scrap papers that I pulled out of my scrap bin. So I'm actually going to set them aside and keep them with all of my Christmas stuff that I plan on using for my December daily this year and use it in one way or another somewhere in my album. So that was a happy find, even though some of these collections are not actually Christmas themed, but that's okay. They will still work for Christmas projects. I cut the phrase Dear Santa with my Cricut just from plain black cardstock. I'm adhering it over top of the pattern paper at the top of the page using liquid glue. And then below that, I'm going to add two 2x2 photos. They're both the same, but just for aesthetics, because I thought it would look better with two photos, I used both of them instead of just one of them, even though they're both the same. I could have gotten around that by printing one larger photo, like in landscape, but with the way the pictures were, I didn't think that would work, so I just printed it twice. I will mat them to some white cardstock that's 1/4 of an inch larger, so it's 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, but you'll see that in just a moment. Right now I was just putting together a cute little Santa's hat that I cut with my Cricut as well. I just used plain red and plain white cardstock to do that, glued them together, and then its final resting place is over top of the D in the word dear. So now I'm just trimming my white cardstock down to 2 1/4 and 2 1/4 inches. They are going to be adhered side by side just below the title. And then below that, when I get to it, is going to be my journaling. I should have printed the journaling directly to the layout base. I should have done that first, but it was an afterthought, which was fine because I still printed my journaling out with my printer, but I just trimmed them into strips instead of printing them directly to the layout base. Right now I'm just using my T-square ruler to make sure my squares are as straight as possible, and then the photos are going to be added next. I noticed that on that one square there was a little bit of a dark smudge. I hadn't noticed it before I put the adhesive down. I should have flipped it over and adhered it the other way, but I noticed it after it was too late, which is fine because I think the picture ends up covering most of it anyways. So there's my two 2x2 photos, and there's my journaling trimmed into strips. I just trimmed down a piece of white cardstock to 8.5 by 11 and then printed my journaling on it. I made sure to double space in between each line of journaling so that I had enough room to trim around it. None of them are equally sized, but that's okay, they're close enough. It still looks good. So I trimmed them down so there's not really wide white spaces in between all of the journaling. I mostly did that just to be sure that the journaling fit in the space down at the bottom of the page. And so I will use my tape runner to adhere all that journaling down. And that is it for this page. Super quick video, super easy to put together. I hope this video and layout inspired you. And if you enjoyed my video, please give me a thumbs up and a like. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new to my channel and you have not subscribed, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button and the little bell so you're notified every time I post new videos to my channel. One more thing before the close-ups roll past, I did pull out some chipboard stickers from Photoplay and pulled out this super cute little holly and added that to Santa's hat. That's it for me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video once again. And don't forget the cut files will be available for this project in the very near future. I'll be back again soon with more creative inspiration. Bye, friends.